Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be unboxing Soojin's first single album, Baditude. I have both of the album versions that they released in front of me right here today. So they do have the red version over here on my left. It's also called the Baddie version. And then this black version on my right here is called the Attitude version. So just two versions today, no jewel cases or polka albums or anything like that, which kind of makes sense because it is a single album. So I pre-ordered these from a US retailer. I pre-ordered them from Choice Music, but they did come with Apple Music pre-order benefits. So since I got two albums, I did get two pre-order benefits. So let's go through these real quick. The first one, she has the red hair, of course, gorgeous red hair, showing off the nails, got the red lipstick, beautiful eye makeup as well. And then this is the back with the title on it at the top. And then the other photo card, if I can grab a hold of it, is going to be this one right here. It's kind of the same pose. She's doing a little bit of a side eye here, but once again, she has the flowing long red hair, and then the back is once again just the same. So both of these are the two Apple Music pre-order benefits that I got. And then also the retailer was nice enough just to like include a couple gifts. So they gave me two postcards here. One from, I think, Agassi era on the left, and then on the right here, they have one from Riz era. The backs are just plain white, but two postcards, I guess, as an additional gift for ordering from them. But that's all I got in the intro, so let's go ahead and get started with these albums. All right, so the first version we're going to go through is the Baddie version. That is the red version right here. So we just have the front cover with Baditude written on either side of the front cover in kind of this like crazy design text. And then we flip it over, and this is the back, and it is horizontal. We have the track list. So we have Baditude, of course, which I love that song so much. And I'll talk more about it as we get into like the photo books and stuff like that when we actually open the album. And then she also did release this song, A Little Bit More, which is also a very solid song, I do think. So then we have the sides, and I did see a pull tab there, so I'm a little bit worried. I think I'm gonna have to pull tab to open this album, which I don't love, so I guess let's go ahead and do that. All right, so just showing you guys, I pulled the pull tab, and as you can see here, it says Soojin first single, and then it has the two tracks that they released with it. But if I set it down and open it up, you see everything basically right here. It just kind of opens up like a box sort of. So let's take everything out. This is what the inside looks like. I'm going to set that off to the side. What I don't love about that immediately, like off the jump, is that there's no way to like re-close the album once you open it. So if you're gonna do a pull tab, maybe do like some sort of way to close it again. So just a suggestion, I guess, for her company in the future. All right, so I set everything else to the side other than the photo book. So this is what we have for the photo book for the Baddie version. You can kind of tell if I tilt it towards the light there, you can see Baditude at the top, kind of like engraved on the cover. But we, of course, have this very pretty photo of Soojin on the front. And then the back is this red color. Once again, it's very similar to the back of the outer package of the album. Unfortunately, the photo book I got is kind of damaged here on the bottom right, but not too bad. So I think we'll still be okay. All right, so as we start flipping through the photo book here, we have the first page with the title track, the script of it anyway. And then we get into a photo of Soojin on a car looking very gorgeous. But let's, I guess, start talking a little bit about the MV. So I thought the MV was really interesting, to say the least. It kind of starts off with a bang because Soojin's kind of walking around, and then she goes to sit on a couch, and then all of a sudden just like heads start popping off. And you're like, what's going on here? And then eventually it's revealed that, like, you know, Soojin has the gun, and before the song starts, the last shot is her pointing the gun like at the camera. And I think pulling the trigger. I can't remember exactly, but I think she pulls the trigger. And then the song starts, and then the song is really good. The song is not something I was expecting out of Soojin in terms of like her style, but I definitely think she knocked it out of the park with what this song is. She uses her lower register a lot more. She kind of does a lot of like not necessarily singing, but just kind of like, talk singing, that type of sound. And then there's also little parts in the song of Baditude there where you do get the higher pitch voice, or actual singing voice, and it kind of like breaks it up, and you have that variation there, which I personally like a lot. So a lot of the songs that I like has a good mix of like lower tones mixed with like higher tones, and those are the songs that I typically really enjoy. And this song is exactly that. So I think she totally killed it in that regard. And the choreo, I also thought fit the song pretty perfectly. It was definitely a more labor-intensive choreo from what I could tell. I know almost nothing about choreo. I'm not necessarily a dancer or anything like that. So I'm kind of just guessing here, just off of like what I see. But it looked more labor-intensive to me. So I think that fit the song pretty well, given that the song title was Baditude. You kind of want it to be more fierce and up-tempo, so the choreo I thought fit very well. We have a nice picture here of Soojin surrounded by a couple of her backup dancers, and then we actually have another picture of exactly the same thing. They're just doing a little bit of a different pose behind her, and then we have a silhouette here. Very, very nice. And another silhouette of Soojin. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this comeback for Soojin. I honestly wish that her company gave her a little bit more, honestly, because it has been either a full year or almost a full year since we got Riz. And she obviously started her solo career with 2 mini albums. And after waiting this long to only get like 2 more songs, and both of them are under 3 minutes, I was kind of just hoping for a little bit more, but I still love that we get to see Soojin in this capacity, or any capacity really, and I'm just hoping that she is continuing to be happy and really enjoying the life of an idol, because I know that's what she wants to do. And I did see she did get the opportunity to perform on, I think it was Show Champion, so I was very happy for her for that. And yeah, I just hope she gets more opportunities to do what she loves, because I think she deserves that. And we have album credits here, and that is the end of the photo book. So I really enjoyed that photo book. A lot of really good looks in there. So let's go ahead and get into the inclusions. First up, I have the CD sleeve here. So the front just has the first single, and then Baditude and a little bit more. And this is the back. Looks like it's kind of just like broken glass, but then we take it out and we have the CD itself here. It is a red CD. It has the text for Baditude on it. Camera is kind of going a little bit crazy focus-wise because Soojin's face from the photo book is in the frame. Up next, we have a poster, and it is a 4-fold poster. And we have a poster of Soojin here. She is on the car, so very similar to that first picture we saw in the photo book for this version. It's kind of like a medium-sized poster. It's not too big, but it's definitely, I feel like, bigger than a mini poster. I don't know. It's probably a little bit bigger than a mini poster, and maybe a little bit smaller than a medium-sized poster, so that's what I'll say it is. I'm also not sure if it's supposed to be horizontal or vertical. I'm guessing maybe vertical, looking at it this way, because I think it looks better this way. But then we flip it over to the back, and it is horizontal, so I'm not too sure about that, but we do get that poster for this version. All right, so up next we have this postcard here, and we're gonna flip, and we get a very stunning photo of Soojin. She's got both hands on her head there, and she's kind of got just kind of like a mysterious look about her, but very cool photo indeed. And then of course, I'll just show the back again. We have the track list with the 2 songs, and then I guess some various copyrights and such, but that is the little flimsy postcard that we get. And then last but not least, for the album versions, you get 2 photo cards, and I think there's 8 total for this comeback. So the first one we get is, oh, this is very similar to the Apple Music photo cards that we got at the beginning of this unboxing. So she's in the red hair, red lipstick, got the silver nails, very, very nice. And then this is the back of the photo card. Once again, the focus is kind of going crazy. I do apologize for that. And then last photo card of this version, and we get a different outfit. She's in kind of like a pilot's hat. I think that's kind of like a pilot's hat here. But she's doing the peace sign. She's got like a little wound, I assume, kind of like done with makeup, I guess, on her neck there. Very, very nice, but she looks very, very stunning in that photo card. So very happy with the photo card pulls and very happy with this first album version overall. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. So next version we got is the Attitude version, or the black version. This is the front cover, kind of just like a black, white, and gray front cover with Baditude on the front. And then the back is just white and black with the track list, very similar to the previous album version. And then these are all of the sides, which are probably not going to do a great job focusing because my camera never does a great job focusing with those. All right, so I pulled the pull tab. Unfortunately, we had a little mishap here, and I just want to say I was not pulling it hard at all. I was just like very slowly going through kind of like one by one, and this still happened. So unfortunately, they gotta fix that because I personally don't like that at all. I hate kind of like having to... I like the interactiveness, don't get me wrong, but having to, like, I guess, quote unquote, destroy or like harm an album in any way kind of just like bothers me. But this is what it looks like when you rip the pull tab off. So it's very similar to the other version. It says Soojin first single, and then it has the 2 songs, but I'm gonna sit it down and then open it up, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So I'll take all of these things out, and this is the inside. This kind of actually reminds me of Unforgiven era for Le Sserafim, like this whole style where it's kind of just like, I guess, on fire paper, or like slightly burned paper. So we're gonna set that to the side and then get into the photo book. So this is the photo book for the Attitude version. Let me go ahead and tilt it up so you guys can see the Baditude text that's kind of like engraved or embroidered or whatever the term is on the photo book. We have this very pretty picture of Soojin in what I'm assuming might have been a wig, but she's got the super long black hair with the bangs, looking very, very gorgeous. And this will probably be the red outfit that we saw in the MV as well. And then the back is just white predominantly with black text. And of course, the track list and credits and things of that nature. The side, not too much going on, but let's go ahead and get into this photo book. All right, so we begin photo book number 2, very similar to the way we began photo book number 1 with the Baditude text on the first page there. And then we have Soojin with, I think that is a rifle. This is definitely a rifle on the second page here. Very, very nice. So this will probably be the red outfit that we saw, I think, during the second, like, choreo breakdown. Definitely the dance break in the song. I think she was wearing this outfit during the dance break. When they did the dance break in, like, I think it was just, like, a big, like, white room or something like that. I think they also did do a dance scene in a mall, from what I remember correctly. But yeah, we have some very pretty photos of Soojin. She's actually in the car now as opposed to sitting on the hood, so that's very nice. We have the lyrics to Baditude, and she's once again outside the car here. She's got the white skirt and the fluffy white boots to go with the red top, so very, very stunning outfit indeed. And I would unfortunately be remiss if I did not bring up the unfortunate factor that Soojin's like US concert tour dates have all been canceled as of, I think, maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I just feel just so sad for her. This is the second year in a row that this has happened, that they have announced something for North America. I don't think last year it quite got as far as like dates and venues. They just announced a North American tour and then they backed out on it before announcing dates or venues. This year, they actually announced dates, venues, opened up ticket sales, and unfortunately, like, the tickets just didn't sell a lot, and they ended up having to cancel the shows. So I myself was trying to go to a show, but because none of the dates, or none of the, I guess, cities that they decided to go to were in my area, I would have had to travel, and a lot of the venues were not particularly close to airports, and they weren't, like, in driving distance either, unless I would go to the New York City show, which I think that venue was in Manhattan, which I was not. I think I've mentioned this before in another video. Like, I don't like going to like super densely populated areas like that, at least driving anyway. I don't like driving into those areas. So I probably wouldn't have done the New York show, but I was just finding it difficult to find a show to go to. So in like one sense, I'm kind of like happy that it was canceled because I won't have the FOMO, because I probably wasn't going to be able to go to any show. I think this is the mall that they were shooting in, by the way. But then on the other hand, like I said, I'm just so sad for Soojin, and I wish that I knew like what the exact problem was with like what happened and why this tour once again got canceled. But we're seeing it with a lot of acts now where, you know, all of their tour dates, or at least some of their tour dates, are getting canceled. Specifically K-pop acts, but I've also heard from a couple other people that just like, you know, other music with other genres and stuff like that, people are canceling shows. And I think the market right now, specifically for K-pop, is just so saturated because everyone who is anybody is literally touring right now. So I think that's one factor, but there's a couple other factors I think probably go into it. I just hope that she knows this is not her fault, and she knows that if she were to ever come here and actually be able to do a tour, like, we would absolutely love it, and people would show out for her if, you know, her company would just give her venues that make sense, charge ticket prices that make sense, and all of that stuff. So I just hope she knows that, like, you know, this is not her fault. So that is the photo book for the Attitude version. Let's go ahead and get into all of the inclusions. So first up, we have the CD. So it just says Soojin first single, Baditude, and a little bit more on this side. And then the other side is just more of the burnt paper. So let's take the CD out, and it is a black and white CD. Very, very nice. It has just Baditude kind of written in a couple different texts here, but that's the CD plate we got for the Attitude version. All right, up next we have a poster, and oh my gosh, this poster is so beautiful. It is a vertical poster. We have Soojin posing here, looking up at the sky. She's got her arms above her head, and she has such a cute outfit here with the fluffy boots and the skirt and the top. It just looks so gorgeous. But once again, it's kind of like this like medium-sized poster, and then we flip it over to the back, and this is what the back looks like, very similar to how everything else has looked like, just in terms of like the text and the color scheme. Up next, we have the postcard, which I think you guys might have seen at the beginning when I initially opened this album version, but we have a postcard of Soojin holding a rifle here. It looks like she's kind of using it as a support, because she's leaning over onto it. But that's a pretty cool sniper rifle. It's got a nice little scope on it. But she's once again in this outfit that she's been in for all of the photos in this album version. And then of course we have the two photo cards to get to. Both of them are different backs, so I am expecting different photo cards. And the first one we get is this one right here. She's in the black hair for this one, looking very cute. And it looks like she's in the mall for this photo card. And this is the back. It's predominantly white, and then we have the black text. I'm assuming like if you put all these photo cards together side by side, it will spell out Baditude like with the text. So we'll have to see about that if and when I acquire all of the photo cards for this era, which I think I'm honestly leaning towards collecting like full era for this, because it's only going to be 8 photo cards, right? So that's not a lot. I'll have 4 today. I just need to pick up the other 4. So I think I'll end up collecting full era for Soojin this time. And then the last photo card that we have today is this one. And ooh, she's holding an apple. I can't tell if that apple is fake or not. It looks pretty fake. Nonetheless, it is an apple. She looks so cute in this photo, once again with the black hair and the bangs and the red top. And it does look like she is taking this in the mall once again. And then this is the back of the photo card, pretty much the same, just a little bit different format here, because this is obviously a different part of the text that it will probably spell out when you put them all together. So that's all I got for Soojin Baditude today. I'm gonna put everything back into frame, and then let's outro. All right, so that is all I have today for this unboxing of Soojin's first single album, Baditude. Overall, I really enjoyed all of the inclusions today. I loved the photo books a lot. I thought all the photos were really, really good, and the photo book was pretty high quality. I love that it had a spine. So I think I really enjoyed a lot today. The only thing that I would probably critique is just the album packaging. I'm not really vibing with it. I don't really like the pull tab and the fact that I have to kind of tear off a part of the album to open it, and then also once I do open it, I can't reclose it unless I just like stack them up side by side, which I guess I'm gonna have to do when I eventually store these on my shelves, but it is what it is. I just hope that BRD, when they do albums in the future for Soojin, that they kind of drift away from that style. But yeah, with that said, just let me know what you guys thought of this comeback in the comments section. You know, what's your favorite song? Do you guys like Baditude? Do you guys like a little bit more than Baditude? Do you like both the songs kind of equally? How do you guys like the styling, the MV, the concept, all that stuff? So anything related to the comeback, just let me know how you guys liked it in the comment section below. I do have a couple videos upcoming that are kind of loosely planned, but I don't know for sure in which order they will be coming out because most of them are unboxings. So aespa Richman just released this past week, and I did just actually get a shipping notification today from K-Town For You saying that they shipped. So we are going to keep our fingers super crossed that they arrive to America without too much of an issue. And K-Town For You actually did something interesting. I previously mentioned that I selected DHL to ship with when I pre-ordered these albums like way at the beginning of August, and that's what I was worried about. And K-Town For You switched the shipper to FedEx without me like even asking. So I'm wondering if they know something that I don't know, in the sense that maybe FedEx is easier to ship with right now internationally with like all of this tariff stuff. Maybe it's easier to ship with them than it is with DHL, and maybe they switched it as like a courtesy to me without charging me anything extra, because I haven't gotten a charge. And I do remember when I pre-ordered, I went with DHL because UPS and FedEx, their shipping was so much more expensive. So I'm a little bit unsure how that's gonna work out. I hope I don't get like charged extra for no reason, because I obviously didn't select FedEx, but it's kind of just like we're gonna see what happens, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, the aespa Richman albums hopefully are gonna be here soon. Wendy's comeback is this week, so those albums will hopefully be shipping soon. I ordered those from another US retailer, so you know, those should arrive kind of quickly once they get them in stock. And then, of course, Oogie's comeback, I think, also releases either this week or beginning of next week. And I ordered those from, I think, K-Town For You. So we have a lot of unboxings coming up. As I mentioned, kind of soon we'll have a storing video. Maybe I'll think about doing a sleeving video as well. And I did just recently go to the Le Sserafim concert in Newark. So I had such a blast, and it was such an amazing concert. I have like so much to talk about, but obviously I just need to have like the right video to kind of just like talk about everything that happened. So yeah, there's just like a lot of fun things coming up, and I hope you guys will stay here for the ride. So if you guys enjoy this video, or you are looking forward to any of that stuff that I just previously mentioned, obviously feel free to check back in on the channel at your convenience. But with all that said, I think I'm going to finally wrap this video up and get out of here. So thank you guys so much for watching to this point in the video. If you did, I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever you watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.